Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. All right, Twitch, YouTube chat doesn't work, so we just got a new stream, but so be it. Anyways, welcome to the Amigos Oulton Park GT4 special, and this is gonna be a fun one to me. This is one that I haven't really done that much of, you know, these specials or something we run between seasons. We're actually already on the way because we had some problems with the stream key, but now we're here. So, ladies and gentlemen, I suggest that we get right into it, shall we? Right, and here we are then. Plenty of drivers out there on the grid today. There are 16 drivers signed up, which is a little bit less than we're used to. But that's usually how it is with these special events that we're running here. We are watching the Oulton Park GT4 special, which is a 20-minute qualifying followed by a 45-minute sprint race, which I believe is offered no pit stops here. So it's going to be interesting to see who's going to do well here, as appears that plenty of drivers have now gone for some default liveries this time around. We haven't really seen many creative ones. This is one of the custom ones at least. You know, Luca Regatti running his custom Alpine, representing Padagaro Racing, as well as one of our sponsors on there, which is Just Push Sim Racing, a program you can use for your stream deck, brought to you by Chris Tedder and his mates, who are in charge of that program. So check that out. If you Google Just Push Sim Racing, you should be able to find it here. It looks like Regati's pushing it to the absolute limit. They're sliding that car around. It's actually going to be a little bit quicker, I'm not sure, but yeah. Lovely stuff what we're seeing here. And now we've also got a new sponsor tonight, which is always a little bit of fun. But I've seen it on the sponsor rotation already. A company that makes some pretty cool custom gear. A program that, sorry, not a program. It's a website which we will also assume will get a sponsorship code to get a discount off. So I recommend waiting a little bit with actually buying stuff from them so that we get that as well. But they're a company that makes, for example, LED flag lights you can hang up in your sim rig for more immersion, which is honestly really cool, I think. Just like real cars. There they are, Reaperware. That's the program you're going to be Googling to find out what we do here. Now, I think it is a lovely program that you might be interested in as well. I'm not sure. But yeah, we're going to see how that one goes, okay? Now, there's 8 drivers that have set a valid lap so far. Make that 9 as one more crosses the finish line. And this Oulton Park track is a unique one. It is very bouncy, as you can see already here. It's also kind of an interesting layout to me. It's very tight. It's never going to help. There's some very twisty, tight corners in there as well. So I can't wait to see how they're going to tackle this challenge in a car that we don't normally get to see, really. Which also, of course, doesn't help a little bit there. But I find that interesting. And yeah, this combination is definitely going to make for some good racing. And now especially that all cars are the same, that's definitely going to help as well to make sure that we get some even closer racing. Right, we've got a couple drivers on the line roller soon. Driver number 36, that's Thomas Merrifield, was having a slow lap right now. It's actually invalidated already, which is tough. Oh, a little bit of sliding and slipping, but so is Regatti, so doesn't seem like there's a lot of grip out there. Thomas Merrifield, currently 14 fastest here with unfortunately no set lap just now. There's Alan Sparks again. His own thing. Let's see what he can deliver then, shall we? Aaron comes across that line. Unfortunately, not good enough of a improvement here. Craig Hewlett was about to shave 2/10 of his time. And here goes Craig Hewlett then over that line as well when Even though it does improve massively, it's actually not good enough to gain him another position. He's gone into a 1:43.055. Getting him a good spot, but unfortunately not one good enough to get out there at the top, unfortunately, here. And Sparks come to a stop as well. Now we've got some more fast drivers coming in there. That is David Hill as well. A little bit slower than he was before, but it's one to watch out for. He's representing Amigos again. Has swapped over again. He has decided not to stay with his previous organization and will be back representing the Amigos lads. So, welcome back, David. It's good to see you, my friend. Here is Dan Pickles. About to set a good lap as well. He's about to shave almost a second of his time here. 8 tenths at the minimum. Almost 9 tenths he shaves off, and that's going to push him over towards position number 9 here. It's looking real solid now with just 11 minutes to go during qualifying as well. Drivers are going to be hurrying. Set their limes in here. The pressure's on at least. Now it seems all good. Alright. How much more is there to see right now? Who is out there doing a fast lap? Craig Hewlett is. We can stay aboard with him a little bit longer. He's about to improve half a second again, which would push him over, I believe, Mitchke and Frankland as well. I think Osama Knani might be safe as well, which is actually a driver that I recognize from another series, which was the Formula Racing League RF2 series, as well as some of the special events in ACC that they used to run. I remember the 24 Hours of the Nordschleife pretty clearly. That was good fun. Don't really get to see a lot of that. Hewlett, P8. Well, actually no improvements there, contrary to what I guessed before. And it's Gianluca Rigatti, current pole sitter, who's now a slow lap, but it's going to push it to the absolute limit again here. It's going to start again. Try and increase that lead. The gap is currently half a second here, so he's definitely done his homework. And this driver in second now is 4 tenths quicker. If he nails his last turn, he might be close. Now he's got it to about 5 tenths, but I don't think it's going to be enough here. It's just losing pace again. David Hill's going to be improving here, but it's not going to be good enough to knock Gianluca Rigatti off that throne. But still, a good result for David Hill. Solidifies his second position, puts himself closer, shows it's not over yet. Stetter about to improve by a second even. Impressive lap times that we're seeing here, and he is going to go 6th fastest here. Beautiful result. And just what they were hoping for. It is going to be Thomas Merrifielder, currently the last driver, but is improving massively this lap. So is he going to be able to force himself out of the bottom 5? I think it's going to be the first goal. I'm afraid this one is just about good enough to do that, actually. And obviously there's no system like the Formula 1 qualifying, right? It's just how we run it here, but still good to see him do well in this qualifying, where you're just free to go and enter whenever you want. And obviously towards the end, that's where most grip is, right? And that's also where you're going to see the fastest times coming out. Here goes James Frankland. Also looking to improve by a slight margin here. Now it could push him over Chris Tedder, who's also improving. So we might see those go back and forth here. And actually just about able to beat out Osama Knani as well. Here's Tommaso Bocci, the other Padagawa racing car. Isn't that a beauty? I love the Alpine in general. It's definitely a car that we don't get to see a lot of, which makes it even more fun. Now let's watch Chris Tedder here. We need to improve by about a 10th of a second here. And I could just be that one push over James Franklin and Osama Knani again. So we gotta be careful here. At the moment it's looking rather tight though, and he is gonna be very close. But I don't think it's gonna enough speed here over on the straight. So I think it's gonna stay behind Knani here. Turns out that is the case, and the gap is so little now. Gap's only a couple thousandths of a second, but unfortunately not enough to get out here. Now the current top 3 is all improving, Richard Christie being one of them. About to set a lap 2 tenths faster. That would not put him over Richard Christie yet, but he gains a lot of time in the last sector. Is that going to be enough? I think just about to beat down David Hill, and no, the gap stays on 2 tenths of a second. Just about isn't able to do it. Where's Chris Tedder gone then? Still driving. Thought for a second he would have crashed out thanks to the camera, but no, we're all good. And And it looks like he's also just putting on those clean lap after clean lap here. Merrifield not setting a valid lap time at the moment here. She was just going to cross and try again later. Gianluca Rigatti, your current pole sitter, is just joining in again. And he's about to improve his time by 4/10 of a second. Oh, loses a tiny bit of time, but that exit's really good. So he's made up for it plenty. Is that going to be a 1:41.3? That is the case indeed. It's going to be the quickest time so far. 1:41.312 he puts in to go fastest overall. That is very well done. Here's Chris Tedder. Oulton's quicker than he was. His best attempt so far has no gain over half a second here. Is on the absolute limit. This would definitely put him closer towards the top 4, even top 3 perhaps. That would be a little bit optimistic, but no, I don't think so. Well, Tedder. He'll be 7 apparently. Shane really would have loved to see him a little bit closer up the field. This is still pretty good. Obviously he's had a little bit of less qualifying time than the rest of us had, as we have all had some issues before with the stream. This time it was on the side of YouTube. Chris, I don't know what really was the issue, but we managed to fix it. That's also why I'm a little bit late, and that's also why we've missed a tiny bit of qualifying here. But it also means that Chris has to stay in to configure the stream. She has done, and he has managed, but it's cost him 4 minutes of qualifying already, so less time to get out there, do your laps. Whereas the rest were already out there, of course. This is Tommaso Bocci, and I've stayed board with him a little bit longer than I usually would, but he's about to go 4/10 quicker, which would push him over David Hill and Richard Christie if he keeps this up. Now, if he were to do that, which is looking likely, he's nailed the exit here. He's losing a tiny bit of time on the exit here, but it should just be good enough. He might just go second fastest overall here. Indeed, that is the case. So it's the Italians leading here at Oulton Park. It's Gianluca Rigatti currently with the fastest time out there, 1:41.3, followed by the 1:41.677 set by Tommaso Bocci. That is a massive lap right there. Now it's gone a little bit more silent here. Nobody's improving their lap times anymore, which is a shame. Most cars have gone to their absolute limits now. Here he goes down Pickles off track here. Craig Hewlett, well, nailed the first sector. Yellow. 2 different spaces on the map. That was for Thomas Merrifield and the driver that we were just watching. Craig Hewlett keeps pushing it. He's only half a second quicker. Ooh, that looks like a little bit of lag. I hope that's on my side. And here goes Craig Hewlett, still pushing up here. He's got it down to 0.6 of a second here. He's running a beautiful Alpine esports livery. No, actually the game has blessed us with some Alpine esports liveries, as Alpine runs a very big event here on ACC. One of the few big car brands actually investing into a Stella Corsa Competizione. Well, Craig Hewlett's currently 5th fastest. That's a stunning lap for him. And Lloyd is out there again, and a driver that we haven't seen in a long while. I mean, Lloyd is one of the drivers that we don't get to see often here. Now, McNally has joined us, a driver that we also haven't seen. And there's James Franklin also coming over from, I believe, Formula Racing League, if I recall that correctly. He's normally a R Factor 2 driver. So interesting to see change-ups here in the field. All the usual suspects are there. I'm missing a couple big hitters that I would love to see. Samuel Mbugua's not there, unfortunately. And Jack Christie was also a driver I was slightly hoping to see, but I guess you can't win them all. Rigotti here once again looking to improve here. Is looking to dive under the 141 mark, but that's not going to happen this lap. But once again, it's a massive improvement for Gianluca Rigotti, and Masabocci is on 0.5 of a second now. That is incredible. Oh, big hit there into the wall for, I believe that was Dan Pickles. No, it wasn't Dan Pickles, it was one of the other yellow cars. I actually wasn't paying attention as to who it was. Here it goes. Final attempts for most of the drivers here. They're going to be finishing up their time rather soon. And Gianluca Rigotti is once again looking to shave off 0.4 of a second here. And if he manages to do so, he will be the only driver to dive in the 140s. That looked a little bit rough on the curbs, but it's actually not losing him too much time. Mr. Rigotti, he's feeling it in an Alpine. He is definitely practicing. He is doing really well. And here it goes. Gianluca Rigotti. It actually looks like he's lost quite a bit of time towards that last sector here. So I'm afraid it won't be a 140. Still a massive lap. And David Hill is slightly improving. He's not going to get close enough to try and beat Gianluca here. So I'm afraid that's just going to be it for now. Here goes David Hill. Finishes P3 it is. Now there's a big group coming up next here. A lot of the drivers already into the pits. In that group is Merrifield, going 0.4 faster as usual, and Richard Christie as well. All joining in there. Of course, it's Thomas Merrifield, and Christie's right behind him. Now, got that gap to 0.5 of a second. Looking to get it to 6 almost even. He loses quite a bit of time towards the end there, but he's still going to be improving massively. Merrifield goes P12 in the end, though. No improvements. Christie goes P3 in the end there. As Chris Tedder comes in, that is the last driver coming in. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be taking a small break, and I will be back with the race, which is 45 minutes. So hope to see you guys there.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. What's left? The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go. Through the highways, and on we'll go. Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down tonight. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it out tonight. We gonna let it out tonight. We gonna let it out just like the sunrise. We gonna let it out.
All right. It appears that we are back here with the start of the race here. We're doing a very short warm-up lap this time. This time it's going to start rolling. I don't know what we're waiting for exactly. Yes, there's the call that every driver can get away. here we go. We are well on the way. And soon we're going to reach that starting line to start the 45 minutes of Oulton Park. A very special event, and I am beyond excited to get into it. Front drivers about to enter, already cross line, and we are underway. We are with Aaron Sparks here, who's a little bit further behind. We've seen one player disconnected in the meanwhile as well. And here, do we see a ballsy dive for Aaron Sparks? Well, not quite yet, but everybody makes it through nicely. I wasn't expecting that. I was aiming towards the back, so expecting to be some context in here. But no, we're all good. And Osama Kanani, ooh, that is maybe not what you want to see. And unfortunately, it's actually going to be a domino effect for him as well. He's just jumping all over the place. There's a car that's been taken out as well at the back. I don't know who that is. I think that might be Chris Tedder. And I think that is indeed Chris Tedder. No, Chris Tedder's fall back all the way. He has joined back in time at least, but... oh, no, that is tough. That is a big hit for Chris Tedder now. Dan Pickles goes to the inside of Harry Howard. Gains stat spots as well. It's up to P11 here, but that is a big shunt. And that is definitely not going to be helping Chris. Even though he had a good qualifying, he's fortunately definitely massively got a back buyer, dude. It looks like everybody makes it through. James Franklin's the brother nicely. Is currently P5, started P6, so he's done rather well. Bullets flying everywhere, but looks like everybody's safe at least, so we're not seeing big incidents. Here is Victor Michka. Currently stood in P7 here, also a new driver here, and he's actually together with one of his friends, I believe. I think that was Oberndorf, really. No, it wasn't actually. I thought they had the same livery, but I guess I'm mistaken. Yeah, spreading misinformation on the internet all along here. And, well, Gianluca Rigotti leads the race, is in P1 now. Who is that one driver that was here before but has now disconnected? It's weird because there's 16 drivers still on my screen, but I don't know who we're missing. Making it really difficult to look at here. No, alright, now it's updated. Alright, now everybody's set to the right time at least here. But yeah, 45 minutes to do our thing. Drive-through for Craig Hewlett already. That is not what you want to be seeing here. Gotti leads rather convincing fashion for now. He's creating that gap immediately as well. His laps have just been so good. Tommaso Bocci is there to help defend as well. And that looks like a driver's gone very wide. That is the pink car of Osama Kanani there, I believe. Yes, that is indeed the case. So that Pickles pushes through. Now up to P10 already. So he's gained 2 spots there on the start, which is honestly not bad at all. He started in P12, has moved into position. We've got them both on camera. Has done a good job at pushing up now. Osama Kanani has seen a messy start here. That's something that I expect to see from him quite often. I remember him being really consistent. Here he goes, Craig Hewlett to serve his drive-through already. He wants to get it over with. Start back. From the back here, which is honestly maybe a good response here. Now, well, it's actually quite far behind here, and as the HUD updates, he's 2.5 seconds clear to the driver in front, and that is obviously not looking too good here. Now Chris Tedder's made up a couple of spots already. He's feeling it. He's doing rather okay. I'm sure he's had a big off in the beginning, and it wasn't even his fault, unfortunately. But it's definitely not helped him. But he's now slowly on his way back at least here. Whereas the top drivers, they're just doing their own thing right now, and everybody's looking quite solid at the front. We haven't seen many mistakes. Obviously, these cars are a little bit more forgiving, I feel like, than the GT3 counterparts, having less power. So you compensate that with less downforce, but still, cars that should be relatively okay to drive. Here's Thomas Merrifield, P7. After a not too convincing beginning of the qualifying, he has actually done rather well to catch up. So I'm honestly quite impressed with how it's looking right now. Now it's just seeing if you can get closer to Mitchke here. Obviously, Thomas Merrifield is a British driver, so I bet he's got plenty of practice in. Maybe he's been to the track IRL as well. I've actually met him at Donington Park back in April, I believe that was, or maybe the first week of May, when I went to see the British Touring Car Championship in the East Midlands. It was a beautiful experience. Wanted to go again this summer, but I've decided not to in the end. Mainly because I wouldn't have a taxi to the event this time around. Looks like Hewlett has now overtaken Oberdorf. He's driving real slowly. What's happened then? I want to see that one again. We're going for the full replay here. He's well ahead, so maybe 40 seconds was a little bit optimistic, but I want to see what happens. We're not in a hurry anyways. So looking good for now. No incidents. Has there been a touch then, or no? He just goes too wide on his own. There's nothing forced there. And meanwhile, we weren't able to catch it, thanks to the replay still being on. But it looks like Aaron Sparks made his way past Chris Steller again, who overtook him briefly. But the, well, wanted to say Fanatec sponsor this. That's what he's come up with here. He's got the Fanatec logo in. Obviously, they're both to some controversy. I think they've been declared bankrupt as well now. But he's still repping the tax, of course. And, well, he's fighting hard for this position here. He's also getting rather close to Harry Howard here. Looks like he wants to at least see if there's a spot around the outside here. Forces him to defend as Chris Steller makes a mistake and just goes off into the grass. Craig Hewlett makes his way past now. Big mistake by Chris Steller. Wanted to stay with D2. Perhaps even try and overtake, but unfortunately that plan has just backfired completely. Here goes Aaron Sparks again. And he goes really wide and he goes off. Was there any contact made then between the two? Justin says well over him. No, oh yeah, just takes evasive action there. Almost hits the back of Harry Howard. Goes off into the wall rather aggressively. A big shunt for the American driver. He's going to be feeling that here. That must remind him of his WRC adventures. We are running as well now. To people that don't know, we now have our own WRC club, managed by me in fact, so you know it's a good place. Got about 6 active drivers in there now, so if you want to do a weekly time trial, you are all good to join in. And well, it's up to you whether you do them at midnight or midday. If you get them done within a week, you can enter. And we're running different events every week and going to events all over the world, so it's going to be quite a bit of fun. And if you guys are interested, make sure to let us know, okay? Howard versus Hewlett then. Craig Hewlett, the car we are aboard with here, the number 4 driver, the black car next to the car of Harry Howard here. They're going to go wheel to wheel, but the problem is Harry Howard's going to go around the outside and Craig Hewlett should have no problem there whatsoever holding on. In fact, he has just gone past here. Steller in the background again. He's approaching, so his lap times are good. That's what we are assured of here. Aaron Sparks come in to repair his damages, but he has picked up, even though I don't believe there is a set pit stop here. I think you're just fine to do whatever you want, but that at least would be my logic here with a 45-minute race. But yeah, a little bit tough. Not what he was hoping for. It's going to cost him quite a bit of time, and he's now in lost position. And it was done quite okay so far in the preparation. But yeah, that is quite intense here. Lemmy Lloyd close to Thomas Merrifield, the driver that has done so well to make a good recovery this time round. Sorry if you hear me coughing, by the way, from time to time. I'm still a little bit, I don't know, still have a cold, I guess. Which is not going to get any better. Heather and Howard. The tether that goes ahead here, Harry Howard, has lost 6 seconds almost immediately here. So he's made a mistake, it appears. There's been contact between the two. David Hill in P3 is getting closer to Tommaso Bocci here. The Italians are still leading. There's still a big gap between first and second driver here. Which is a little bit tough. David Hill stays in P3 for the time being. Lemmy Lloyd takes that. A little bit less aggressive than Thomas Merrifield does, but Thomas Merrifield seems to really be getting to want away, really wanting to get away here. Here, more drivers getting into the mix as well. Matt Pickles looking to close up. Get closer. Yellow flag is out for driver number 24. It's Harry Howard who spun around, unfortunately. Now he already was in not too good of a position, but that still hurts, obviously. It's still going to cost him a little bit of time, so getting closer to the rest is a little bit tough. It's a shame, really. Love to see a little bit more out of that. Well, it appears that we have one disconnect now as well. So not everybody's going to be finishing this race this time around, which is a shame. But it does make sense from time to time. Mitchke there makes his way past David Hill, and David Hill has fallen behind a little bit more. He's made some mistakes and it's cost him. He has to worry about the driver's breathing down his neck as well. We are almost already a quarter through the race, which I can't believe I'm saying. It's gone really, really quick. Here it goes. David Hill to make his way past. Makes his way up there. Goes back to P5. Martin Mitchke is just going to have to fall away. Not able to defend, I'm afraid, either. At least not for now. Fleming Lloyd then. Goes to Thomas Merrifield, but not quite yet. And he's been looking at the bum of Mr. Merrifield for a while now. So we've seen a second disconnect come out now. So the field's really getting a lot smaller at this point. Which I wish I wasn't saying right now, but I am. Sometimes I guess that happens. And normally when you've got such a big when you've got such a big field, right, you don't really notice it because, you know, if there's 40 drivers, you lose one, there's still 39 drivers making for direct action. Now this time, you don't get to see that. It's so good, of course, but still, not everybody thinks finishing the race is worth it, unfortunately. Which I wish was another way, but that's just how it is. Now, this is maybe an attempt from David Hill. No, not quite yet. He's waiting behind James Franklin for the time being. I was thinking he was going to go for that, but has decided otherwise now. Like what he was thinking, but no. Go do it in the end. I mean, Lloyd's so close as well. Not that quite yet at least, but maybe we'll see that change a little bit more. It's currently Alan Sparks in last position, 30 seconds away from everybody else in the field. The leader actually being quite close behind him already. Actually, Luca Rigatti was had a solid race so far. Nobody's really been able to get close to him at the moment, which I guess doesn't surprise me really, as he's just been nailing everything. Here is the side-by-side battle then. Hill's gonna have the inside. Makes his way past quite immediately. And Hill now looking to get away from James Franklin as well. We're still in a really good position, to be fair. He's got nothing to stress about, but oh man, he would love to get that position back now. But we're actually gonna be able to see him do that, I'm not sure. Does make up quite a bit of space when braking, but does accelerate slightly later. At least that is what it felt like to me. Team Michka. Close. Right there. We're gonna see anything can change there. It doesn't look like it. Greg Hewlett getting closer to Dan Pickles, who has recovered well. And now it looks like it's actually gaining quite a little bit here. And as we go aboard, you can just see how weird this car feels. Well, don't look at these steering inputs here for Greg Hewlett. They look a little bit off, but I think that might have its reasons there, but that's not how it's supposed to be, of course. And here goes Pickles then. Oh, it's so close. Greg Hewlett's ahead for now. And Pickles will have a right-hander coming up. That is to his advantage there. Close but no cigar. Greg Hewlett, he unfortunately has to give way for Dan Pickles, who once again moves up to P9. There's Richard Christie. In P3 still. The Italians leading. David Hill's no longer a threat, but this man still is. Tomaso Bocci. Looking in the rear mirrors. Looking to see. He's gonna get any closer. Hewlett so close, but no, Dan Pickles seems to hold on for now. There was an attempt there. There was a road where he could have gone for the move like that, but maybe it's just not worth it for now. These two, they're to be separated here. You just see how close it is from Craig Hewlett's side here, and he seems to be lagging quite a little bit here. I wonder why that is, but it doesn't look like it from the outside, making it even weirder. And Dan Pickles is not having that kind of lag, but you can see that Craig Hewlett's still not having that accurate movement, which is weird. Here he goes, Martin Mitschke. Mitschke in half a second of James Franklin here. Landed pretty well for now. Here, almost, we see that Craig Hewlett is once again opening fire here on Dan Pickles. We're halfway through the race at this point, basically. No, it doesn't look like he's got it yet. Mitschke now closer to James Franklin as well, and he's going to go for a move down the inside here. Franklin has to leave space, and he goes over that quite aggressively, and James Franklin kind of scared that they almost hit into him. James Franklin, well, he backs out of it. Merrifield still in P7. According to the honey, actually fell back, but that's not correct. He's still driving in his own position. Not really battling anyone anymore. It's just can't get closer, it looks like, for now. So close. Passing by Mitschke here. James Franklin just doesn't have the pace for now. Not yet, at least. So close there, but no. Just doesn't have it quite yet. Almost there. James Franklin holding on for his dear life. Thomas Merrifield's gotten really close. No moves as of yet. Looks like Richard Christie's finally got by Tommaso Bocci, but what's happened to him then? Still ahead. Looks like it might have been a mistake from his side. Turns in. Goes a little bit too wide, goes a little bit too deep, loses control of his Alpine. Luckily he's able to recover. A nice slide through, but it does cost him that position. Franklin and Thomas Merrifield still battling it through. Fleming Lloyd following into the background as well, and so is Craig Hewlett there. But looks like it's all kind of separated by now. There's 13 drivers remaining here, which is honestly not that many. Yeah, it's a little bit different to the big events that we do, right? 90-minute endurance is definitely very different than this. And honestly, I kind of like this. Hewlett now within a second of Fleming Lloyd as well, so he's gaining. He's only gaining about a 10th per lap here. And whether that's going to be enough, I'm not sure. Craig Hewlett has actually invalidated his lap, so he's gone over the limits this time around. Merrifield in P7 to the chicane again. One of many on this circuit. Here goes Fleming Lloyd. So close. He's now definitely in range of attacking Craig Hewlett here. Tim Franklin's come in as well into the pits here. Craig Hewlett comes close by. He isn't there yet. Now it's second between Hewlett and Merrifield. Merrifield is pulled well ahead here. He's done really well this race to recover, as I mentioned multiple times. But this man, currently unbeaten man, Luca Rigotti's got an 18-second gap to the position number 2, which is Rister Christie, who finds himself still having to get by drivers like Aaron Sparks as well, or drivers that he's lapping. The blue flags are obviously out as well for that. It's tough. Not easy. Now everybody's just kind of driving in no man's land. Hewlett is currently the closest running driver, together with David Hill, who's on 1.2 seconds now. Getting closer to Tommaso Bocci here. This is what it feels like. So Bocci just made his way past the back mark here, whereas David Hill's still going to do so. But he can use that to his advantage now. He can slipstream all the way over on the straight. Now, Aaron Sparks gets out of the way. He wants nothing to do with this. So Aaron Sparks has definitely got that good awareness now. As David Hill moves by without ease. And now he's kind of enabled this battle as well here for David Hill. He can now try and catch up. He's going to be able to do so. I don't know. He's got 10 minutes, a little bit more to do so, 11 and a half. The gaps will kind of remain stable as well. Richard Christie is in P2. And Bocci and Hill were potentially getting closer to each other. So is Henning Lloyd to Thomas Merrifield. And that's still 2 seconds. So at the moment he should be just fine. Greg Hewlett is 1 seconds away from Dan Pickles ahead of him. And there's a massive gap. Chris Stetter currently driving alone. Look at his position on the track map here as well to your right. You can see just how big that gap is. James Franklin is also following in his footsteps, but is still 27 seconds away from him as well. There's Paul Ollendorfer, was also running himself kind of falling behind, and he really can't catch up to anybody. Same goes for Aaron Sparks, who's currently in P13. 10 minutes remain. Means that we are getting closer and closer to the end of the race here. Now, by the way, if you're watching this stream, or if you're watching this on the VOD, if you guys could tell me how my microphone sounds at the moment. I've changed the volume a little bit based off feedback that I've gotten, and I would love to hear you guys' opinions on that as well. So let me know what you guys think of that. Well, I haven't interacted with chat much here, especially considering the fact that my Wi-Fi range extender doesn't work anymore. And that's made it real tough for me to catch up with chat. But it looks like we haven't seen much chat action here, so I assume that the majority of the drivers are just going to be watching it back later. So if you do, please let me know how you like the current sound setup. If you change anything, let me know. I would love to hear from you. Hewlett's getting closer. Dan and Pickles sweating bullets right now. Keep cool. Is it going to be enough? Not sure. We are going to find out rather soon, I believe. Now Craig Hewlett's all over the back of Dan Pickles now as well. Tommy Lloyd's made his way past Thomas Merrifield, so it looks like he's made a mistake. Yes, as we expected, it wouldn't be easy, right? It's equal cars. And I believe a lot of them are running the same or similar setups as well. And that's definitely not helping you. Here it goes. Craig Hewlett then. Is it going to be the move? No, not quite. Ooh, that is maybe not the way Craig Hewlett imagined that, but it works for now. He's safe. Now 0.2 seconds between the drivers. Are we going to see that move coming out? I'm not sure. It's going to get rather tight. Is it going to be good enough? I'm not convinced yet, at least. It seems like Craig Hewlett is pressuring. He seems to be having that pace as well, but overtaking has not been easy for any of the drivers this track. Obviously, it's very narrow. Definitely not the easiest of tracks to overtake on. That's what I do know for sure. And no, still hasn't found his way in. Not yet, at least. Honestly, this is the only on-track battle really happening at the moment, so we're just not seeing many changes here, surprisingly. And Craig Hewlett still cannot do it, unfortunately. He still hasn't made his way in. Not yet. Still waiting for it. David Hill now getting closer to Tommaso Bocci. Currently still good for a podium. Hewlett then, 0.3, so still there. So close to each other, but no, they haven't been able to do it much. They just seem to be stuck in their positions right now. Dan Pickles is fending whenever he needs to, but there's really not much threats that Craig Hewlett can make here. It's not like GT3 car, we've got plenty of downforce to get your way through. It's not like a wide track or anything to really give you that edge and make for a good move. It's just not happening. Not yet, at least. But we wait. Potentially in the last 3.5 minutes, we are going to see if we're able to get by here. The lap times are currently looking high 142s, low 43s as well for some of the drivers here. That's mainly what most of the drivers are doing. Now, actually, interestingly enough, Thomas Merrifield seems to be losing time there for Dan Pickles now. So he's got something to fight for. So now he not only can defend, he can also attack here. Might see a freeway battle go all the way. Here, Dan Pickles still holds on strong. Thomas Merrifield would love to get away, and he's enjoying this. On the back of his car as well, you could just see what it looks like. Now, unfortunately, it looks like Martin Mitschke finds himself on a drive-through this late into the race. Oh no, that hurts. That hurts a lot, and that makes me think it's a... yeah, just a track cut. I guess that's my only explanation here. Craig Oulton now side by side with Dan Pickles, and it looks like he's made that move. And Dan Pickles, well, gives him a little kiss there. Does Craig Oulton manage to stay on? And oh, it's so close and almost gets pushed into. Dan Pickles then just about able to avoid. Looks like Craig Hewlett loved this position, and the fresh out of the pits driver is now behind him. And ooh, that is a big touch, and Craig Hewlett's going to find himself hitting that barrier at a massive speed. He is now stuck on the side of the track as well. Luckily, there's nobody behind him, but that hurts. James Franklin in the meanwhile has got a drive through as well. Chris Stetter makes his way by now, and there's the reset, and that might be the DNF.
Okay, the leader is on the final lap now. Give it all you can.
Leaders on the final lap. That means we're going to see everybody cross one more time. Gianluca Rigotti is about to finish a race which never really got close. And here goes Martin Mitschke chasing down Pickles. Greg Hewlett's called it quits. Looks like everybody's kind of on that last same lap now. Mitschke would love to get by Pickles here, but whether he's going to be able to do so, I'm not sure. But looks like it's rather close. And here comes the last time Around the final couple corners, it's Gianluca Rigotti that takes this race with ease. The special event belongs to him. He is able to do it. He has done a massive job to win this race in a convincing fashion. It looks like James Franklin's going to finish on 2 laps down in the end. Actually, 1 lap as he finishes off. So yeah, just 1 lap for him. And Richard Christie is coming in second here. That would just show you how big the gap really was there. It's 20 plus seconds. And Gianluca Rigotti's had a very good race. It's just, he's done everything he needed to do. He's done it consistently. He was there when it matters most. David Hill takes that third place after Richard Christie comes in second. Tommaso Bocci is next up in line, and he's able to get before not quite a podium like he was aiming for, but still a massive result from him. And I think it's going to be a big confidence booster coming into the next season as well. Here is Fleming Lloyd. Fleming Lloyd makes his way across the line in P5 in the end, so he's actually finishing ahead of the rest of the midfield, which is pretty great. Merrifield right behind, Dan Pickles follows in P7 as well, and it's just waiting for Chris Tedder to finish as well. He's going to be finishing P8, just in the middle after a horrible start for him as well. Ladies and gentlemen, been an absolute pleasure. Everybody should be coming in. I think it might be everybody. Indeed, that is the case. I don't know why the race is not ending here, but ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys have enjoyed this stream. Oh, what a mess it has been at the start there. Looked so good, but then it didn't. But in the end, it was a good event. It was plenty of fun, and I'm very glad that I was able to do it again. It's been a long while since I've done an event like this. Special events, they always hit different. And I want to thank you guys all for watching the stream and attending this race as well. It's been an absolute pleasure. My name is Ricky from Artistry Broadcasting. Check me out on Twitter. Check out my website, artistrybroadcasting.com. I hope you guys have enjoyed this stream. And for now, I've only got one thing to say, and that is bye-bye. See you next time.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on